Hi, in today's tutorial we have this equation root of a plus root of negative a is equal to 4 to solve for the value of a. Now root of a and root of negative a implies therefore that one of these will be complex because the square root of negative numbers do not exist in the field of real numbers. So this equation cannot be solved in the field of real numbers. Okay, so our set of solution will be the set of complex numbers C. Okay, now let's go straight to our solution. Root of a plus root of negative a is equal to 4. Okay, from here we can now take this root of negative a to the right hand side. So we have root of a will be equal to 4 minus root of negative a. All right, so let us remove the square root sign on the left hand side expression. So we have to square both sides. If we square the left hand side, we also have to square the right hand side. Remember, we take the square of the whole expression. We don't come and take the square of 4 and take the square of this one separately. It is the square of all the left hand side and square of all the right hand side in order to respect equality. Now this square cancels the square root. We have a is equal to, this expression will be 4 minus root negative a into 4 minus root negative a. So let's evaluate that. So we're going to have 4 multiplied to 4, 16. 4 multiplied to negative root negative a is negative 4 root negative a. The same product here, 4 multiplied to negative root negative a, negative 4 root negative a, and then now root negative a multiplied negative root negative a multiplied to negative root negative a. The negative cancels to be positive, and then we'll now have negative a. Okay, all right, so now we have a is equal to all of this. Negative 4 root negative a, the same thing twice, so we're going to have 16, a equals 16 minus 8 root negative a plus negative a. The plus minus just gives us minus, so we just have negative a. Okay, now what we need to do next, we take this whole number this way. This is negative a, bringing it this way becomes a plus a. This is positive 16, bringing it this way becomes negative 16. So that we'll have negative 8 root negative a. So we'll have a plus a is 2a minus 16 is equal to negative 8 root negative a. Now we proceed to remove this other square root here. The process remains the same. We have to square both sides. So we'll have 2a minus 16. We square all of it as one expression, and we'll also square this one. Negative 8 root negative a, we square all of that. Okay, we do the same operation here. This is actually 2a minus 16 into 2a minus 16 is equal to, this square will affect the negative 8 and will also affect the root of negative a. So negative 8 square and root negative a square. Okay, the square will have to affect both of them. So what we now have here will be, we'll carry out this multiplication. 2a multiplied to 2a is 4a squared. 2a multiplied to negative 16 is negative 32a. Negative 16 multiplied to 2a negative 32a. And then negative 16 multiplied to negative 16. Negative 16 multiplied to negative 16. That gives us 250. That gives us 256. It gives us 256 plus 256. Coming over here, negative 8 squared. Negative 8 squared means negative 8 multiplied to negative 8. Negative times negative, positive 8 times 8, 64. And then, of course, the square here cancels that square root, and then we'll have multiplied into negative a. Okay. Now, this gives us 4a squared. 4a squared. Negative 32a. Negative 32a minus 32a is negative 64a plus 256 is equal to negative 64a. That's what we get. Now, let's take this negative 64a from the right hand side to the left hand side. It becomes positive. So we have 4a squared, negative 64a. This negative 64a coming this way become positive 64a plus 256 equal to 0. This is 0. Negative 64a plus 64a is 0. So we have 4a squared plus 256 is equal to 0. Now from here we see that 4 is common. We can factorize out 4. This gives us 4 into a squared plus 64 is equal to 0. Okay, so we have the product of two expressions giving us 0. 4 can never be 0. It therefore means that this 0 came about by this expression. Therefore means that the expression that brought in the 0 is a squared plus 64. Okay, so now from here we see that a squared, when we take the 64 from the left hand side to the right hand side, becomes negative 64. A squared is equal to negative 64. And so to get the value of a, we simply take the square root of both sides. If we take the square roots, we're going to have a is going to give us plus minus the root of negative 64. The root of negative 64. Now, what is the root of negative 64? What's the root of negative 64? Root of negative 64 can be written as the root of negative 1 multiplied to 64. That gives us root of negative 1 into root of 64. Root of negative 1 is the imaginary number I, and root of 64 is 8. Therefore, our values of a are plus negative 8i.